When was the last time you used crypto to pay for a good or service?
When was the last time you paid for something with an ounce of gold? You never did that. Do you walk around with bars of gold to pay for your meals? No.
Hi, my name is Sophia and I am welcoming you to NAS Debates! The topic of today's debate is crypto a scam or not? But first, let me explain to you how this debate will work. Each side has 30 seconds to defend their argument, and our audience is allowed to boo if they disagree or to woo if they agree. And at the end, our audience can vote on who the winner of this debate will be. On my left, I have Nuseir, who recently invested more than $500,000 into Bitcoin.
I put my money where my mouth is.
And on my right, I have Raghd, who is an engineer, former Apple employee, and who is a bit of a crypto skeptic.
Hey guys, my name is Raghd. I am currently a proud crypto skeptic. I did my research. I invested a bit, but then again, I did my research.
Thank you for the introduction, guys. The floor is yours. Nuseir, you can start.
In 1995, you were born. But in 1995, a new revolution was born. It was called the internet. And now you cannot live your life without using the internet. And you built a career on top of the internet because you're a software engineer. In 2012, another revolution was born. You were too busy playing Call of Duty, but that revolution was the revolution of money. Now, money has become democratized just like information was. There is nothing more exciting in today's world than revolutionizing money and ownership on the internet. That is why everybody should love crypto.
Don't be fooled, guys. What he just said and the way he explained it right now is exactly the way that they do. They hype you up. This is a new internet. Yes, this may be a very technologically advanced thing, but it's not as revolutionary as they put it. Do we really need decentralized money? No, maybe the wealthy does, but a normal person like me who perfectly trusts his bank to be safe and secure and all that is very happy right now.
So Raghd, you say I'm wealthy and you're not, okay?
Yes.
But actually, the number one reason you are not wealthy is not because you don't have followers, it's because your money is in this. This is being burned every single day in your wallets. The number one reason people are poor is because the dollar they have today is worth less tomorrow and less the day after and less the day after. That is the problem with money. 10 men in Washington, D.C. decide what your money is worth. Is that the world you want to live in?
Wow. I respectfully disagree. I think the number one reason is not because of the dollar, it's because people make stupid decisions. And also, it's not as decentralized as you think. You know how many mining farms there are out there? Do you know that there's a lot of big companies do gather something that's called a mining pool, and essentially makes them the number one source of crypto, which makes them World Crypto Bank. So we're back to centralization, right? And actually, I do trust very intelligent academic 20 Harvard graduates in Washington, D.C. more than I trust an unstable market, which $50,000 tomorrow can be $30,000 without me doing anything.
Your argument is that crypto is too unstable. Well, that's just the beginning of every new industry. In fact, you know what's also unstable? The public markets. In 2008, they crashed. In 2019, they crashed. In 1999, they crashed. In 1980, they crashed. Every 10 years, the public markets crash. The dollar crashes. Hyperinflation, deflation. What you just described is not unique to crypto. If anything, crypto in the long run is 10 times more stable than the dollar will ever be.
Can you deny that currently the number one reason that's driving crypto up and the value up is simply hype? And hype is not sustainable. The crypto bubble is going to explode exactly how the internet and the dot-com bubble exploded. That's why it's a very unresponsible decision right now to put all your assets, to put all your fortune into crypto if you just think that within a week you're gonna get rich. That's not the way it works. Maybe that's the way it works for very lucky people in the beginning, but now we're at a stage where it's a rush by hype.
First of all, I would put everything I own now into crypto because it's going at least to $1 million. That's how much I believe in it. So now it's actually very cheap. Second of all, hype. You said hype. The world of humans is full of hype. Why is gold valuable? Why are we people paying $1,000 for an ounce of gold? It's because we agree, all humanity agrees that gold is worth this much. When all humanity agrees on something, it stops being a hype and it becomes real.
I agree. Yes, money actually in general, anything in general has a value just because we all collectively agreed it does have a value. But if you think about it, do we really need this extra value? What's wrong with the stuff we have now? What's wrong with dollars? What's wrong with gold? Why do we have to engineer a new type of thing to fix a problem that's not really there?
You sound like somebody who loves having a horse when Ford came with a car. What's wrong with my horse? It goes 5 kilometers an hour. You have two options. You can send mail by pigeon or you can send an email. Which one is faster? Your dollar is sending a message through a pigeon. Crypto is sending an email. It's fast, international, borderless, nationalist, and above anyone's control. How can you not comprehend that?
I can't comprehend that, but you just said something about efficiency. How long does it take your Visa to process your purchase when you order food or you order an Uber? Does it take that much time for you to revolutionize the way you exchange currency or make money transitions? No, I think crypto is gonna stay there, but it's only gonna complement what we have right now. You will have the option to pay by Visa or the option to pay by crypto. It's not gonna substantially revolutionize our way of work. And one more question, when was the last time you used crypto to pay for a good or service?
Yes, maybe you can use Visa or MasterCard. By the way, we don't talk about this enough, but your Visa, your MasterCard, this stuff takes 3% of everything you do. It takes 3% of everything. It's actually very expensive. Bank wire transfers take 3 to 4 days. To send money to your mother, some random bank employee has to approve it if it's above a higher amount. And one last point. When was the last time you paid for something with an ounce of gold? You never did that. Do you walk around with bars of gold to pay for your meals? No. Bitcoin is not a currency, it's a store of value. There's a big difference between the two. You don't pay with gold, you pay with a different form of currency that has value.
How much does it take for you to make a transition on the blockchain? Last time I heard it's like for you to make a transition of $1, it's gonna take $20. Something that's called gas fees. What do you think about that?
So, this is the problem with people who are not visionary. They don't think 5 years ahead. You think about today, and then you say no today. But you need to think of what could happen in the future. Fortune favors the bold. And if you sit here today and say, but the gas fee is too high, instead of actually going and solving it, because the technology is so exciting. So where do you want to be? The guy who lives for today or the guy who lives and builds tomorrow?
I'm not visionary. Well, unlike some people who are reckless rich kids, I actually study and care about where my money goes. And actually, it can be different 5 years from now, but the fact of the matter is, now most people are uneducated of what is happening in the crypto world, and are just like throwing away their investments and their money and are launching completely meaningless NFT projects. Only 1% of NFTs that were sold for more than $10,000. And 75% of NFTs that were sold for less than $15. So people are rushing, artists are rushing into something that is very risky, so might as well go gamble in a casino, right?
So, your argument is that because 99% of NFTs are failing, it means this technology, this whole world is a scam. The truth of the matter is, every NFT is like starting a company. Every person who starts an NFT project starts a company. Most restaurants close in 2 years. Is restaurants a scam? Is serving food to people a scam? Just because I started an NFT project and it failed does not make it a scam.
Right, but the problem here is that the fact that NFTs are so accessible, I right now can go and within 2 days learn how to launch an NFT project that would engrave the idea in a simple person's head that they can suddenly invest what they have to create essentially meaningless art and put it on the internet and go for failure. Not anybody can simply just launch a company or launch a restaurant. When you do that in the real world, it comes with a lot of background. But here, no, we're risking kids' money.
Let me introduce you to a term called democratization. You may not be familiar with it, but the days of doing things in the past are gone. In the past, only rich people like me could start art projects. In the past, only people in America or Europe could go to museums, build a museum, make $1 million for their art. The past is no more. Get out of the gutter. Today, yes, that is a feature, not a bug, that every kid in Namibia can start an NFT project and make $1 million from it. This is the future.
But restaurants actually have value. They give you food for nutritional value, and companies in general have actual things to bring value to people. What does an NFT project give me value?
Have you been to the Mona Lisa? You have. Have you been to France? You have. Did you pay 20 euros to go see a woman painted from 200 years ago? You have. Did you go through museums every time you travel to a place in Europe or America? You have. What is the value of a picture in a museum? Actually, there's a lot of value to this picture because it generates revenue. People want to pay to look at it. Therefore, this is a revenue-generating piece of art. In the future, people will pay to look at the same pictures you pay for a museum on the internet. That's why they have value.
Yes, I agree with that. But what is art, right? Is anybody that's gonna draft some sort of stupid character and put it on the internet and create an NFT project instantly make it get value? And it seems like that's what a lot of people believe right now. When you see a picture or a painting in a museum, it has a story, it has something that people can connect to. But when it comes to stupid pictures on the internet with like a monkey, with a cigarette, with glasses and green hair, how can I connect to that? How can people actually connect to that?
I have news for you. 200 years ago, you know how art used to get value? 10 rich white men would get in a room together and say, "Hey, Bob, what's up, Dick? Hey, Richard, this is worth $10 million, yeah?" Richard would say, "Yeah, I think it is." Bob would say, "Okay, here's 11 million." And then they would go on the internet or they'd go on newspaper and they'd say, "This art is worth $11 million. Now, is that really worth $11 million? No, it's not. But 10 people agreed that it is. In today's world, you have 10 million people agreeing that a monkey is worth $10 million. And now it's not just Bob and Richard and Dick and Tom and Harry that decide this. Now it's Abhishek, Muhammad, Akshay, Raghd, Nuseir, and Jack that all agree this has value.
Dude, are you listening to yourself? This is like a freaking Ponzi scheme that you're on top of right now, where basically people decide that this thing has value, more people come into it, it hence increases in value, and at some people it keeps going up and up and up, and the only losers are basically the last people in that chain just to hold it, even though it has no real value at the end of the day.
Yes. People do trade with NFTs, and that is also called gambling. Just like when you go to casinos and gamble, people realize when they buy NFTs, they're also gambling. That does not mean that NFTs have no value. Even casino chips have value. So the point I'm trying to make, yes, there are some pyramid schemes and Ponzi schemes at NFTs. I am not responsible for the behavior of 10 million people. But what I am willing to stand behind is that for the first time ever, you and I have access to money and art, and that has never happened before in the history of humanity.
What you say sounds like the ideal world, but the fact is, now it is not. Again, only 1% of NFTs sell more than $10,000. It sounds like everything is getting democratized, but there's only a certain people at the top who have the most crypto, who have the most expensive NFTs, and that's the fact. As much as people try to democratize everything, people's behaviors are the problem, not the system that they're working with. It's going to become centralized, whether it's systematically centralized or systematically decentralized, it's going to become centralized. And that's the way it is now.
The point you're trying to say is that because people are not making a lot of money on NFTs, it means that NFTs are not democratized. The point I'm trying to say is that all you need to access an NFT today is a mobile phone and an internet connection. 5 years ago, 10 years ago, all you needed to access the world of art is a Harvard degree, access to New York, going to the galleries, and being culturally similar to the people in the art. So what we're saying is we have democratized access. Yes, we have not democratized gains, but with time that will also come.
I disagree. Again, because the democratization of gains is a human behavior. It's not the fault of the system. You can build the most perfect system, corrupt, a top 1%, they're gonna stay the top 1% in that system no matter what, because it's the fault of the human behavior rather than the system.
Great, so this has nothing to do with crypto, this has nothing to do with blockchain, nothing to do with NFTs. If you look at today's world, Elon Musk has $250 billion and you have $2,000. How is that equal? But that's also the world you like today. So there's also already income inequality in the world. So that's not a crypto problem, that's a human problem, and we're more than happy to make that another debate.
Forget that for a second, okay? Let's go back to, is crypto a scam or not? Have you seen the number of scammers right now just like floating and looking to hunt people who are vulnerable? The fact that crypto and NFTs are so accessible makes more vulnerable people get into them, and that's dangerous.
Yes, dangerous, you're right. Crypto is full of scams, and I agree, guys, be careful of scams. Let me take your email client, let me take your Gmail for a second, and let me go to the left and click on the folder called spam. How many spam emails do you get every day? How many people try to steal your Gmail password today? Hundreds every day. Yes, so actually, yes. Email is full of spam. Since 1995 until today, there's been insane amount. Nigerian prince. Do you forget the Nigerian prince? Is email a scam?
Yes, I agree with you. Someone can actually send me emails all day, but as long as I have a functioning filtering system that can go into my spam emails, I'm not gonna get actively harmed by it. But with a blockchain, someone can send you a malicious link and boom, you have no more NFTs or money in your wallet.
Raghd, at the beginning of this debate, you made fun of me for being rich. Now I have an idea for you to become a billionaire right now. Go build a scam filtration layer for the blockchain and the crypto world, and you will become a billionaire, and then you will stop complaining. That's the thing. You are comparing the industry on year one, when email has had 20 years to build the filtration system.
But look at the system itself. Let's say I built some sort of a filtering service on the blockchain. Sometimes people go on the email and actually send money to some Nigerian prince, right? One phone call, I can call the bank and they can cancel it. Let's say I get fooled and send $10,000 to a Nigerian crypto prince. I can't undo that. And that's another fundamental problem of the blockchain.
Right. At this point, this is a moot point. The issue is, just because you can get scammed on NFTs and crypto does not mean NFT and crypto is a scam. There are many filtration processes, right? Now, Binance or all these exchanges have so many security engineers working on making this industry a lot more safe. Just because somebody got scammed in an industry should not make you not try to understand it.
And now it's time for the closing argument. Raghd.
Yes, so my closing argument will be is that be careful. Crypto is still not stable at all. It's not something that you should put your entire trust in. It's still pretty centralized. It's not as democratized as they put it. The top people still have the topmost assets and the topmost coins, and many scammers out there trying to fool you. There's no undo button in crypto world, so when you send money, when some transition happens from your account, there's no turning back. And NFTs, most of them, if not all of them, are essentially worthless.
Thank Raghd, Nuseir.
Guys, my friend today told you about all the problems in crypto. But today I'm gonna look at the glass that's half full. If you have an internet connection, which you do because you're watching this video, this is your chance to finally own things on the internet. What you need to realize is that the naysayers want the status quo. He wants the status quo. He wants you to keep holding USD, and every single day, your money is dying and inflating away. So, look at the glass half full, understand crypto, join the revolution because fortune favors the bold.
And now it's time for the audience to vote. And Nuseir wins!
Good job. Good job.
I will give you 1 Bitcoin.
Yes, thank you.
Now, what do you think? Are you more convinced by Raghd and do you think crypto is a scam? Or are you convinced by Nuseir and are you gonna invest yourself? Please continue the debate in the comments.